Hello, and welcome to a Grim Oak Press unboxing, courtesy of the signed page. But, hey, you know what? The signed page and Grim Oak are both owned by Sean Speakman, so it's the same thing, really. This, my friends, is the Druid of Shannara, or Shannara, depending on how you say it. The second title in the Heritage of Shannara, or Shannara, tetralogy. 4 books in all of which will be receiving the Grim Oak treatment. The Scions of Shannara is still actually available over at Grim Oak Press, and so is Druid. This came out months ago, but I slacked and did not pick up a copy because, well, book collecting is expensive, and my wallet hurts. So I was kind of holding out, fingers crossed, that I could get a copy on sale one day. And wouldn't you know, they had a warehouse sale. Grim Oak Press moved warehouses, and doing so, they put a lot of their dinged copies on sale. So I was able to get a dinged copy for 75% off, which is insane. So we're going to see how dinged it is, because this might be, in order to get 75% off, I'm kind of fearing the worst, but we're going to find out. In fact, the slipcase, which is optional, actually cost more than the book for this, which is wild. But you always got to get the slipcase. You know, you always got to get the slipcase when available. So, unlike Scions, which featured Mark Simonetti's artwork, this is the first Shannara title that does not feature Mark Simonetti's artwork. This is Lixin Yin, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I probably am butchering that. I could do like the American version of going like Lixin Yin, but I think it's Lixin. He is the artist taking the helm for the Druid of Shannara, and also Warrior. They did Warrior with Imaginary Friend, which you can actually pre-order right now. That one's not out yet. And Lixin did the artwork for that as well. So this is pretty standard for the Grim Oak titles. Nice bonded leather, beautiful silver stamping. Of course, we have our silver gilded page block as well. Very, very nice. A couple imperfections to the gilding. Perhaps that is the ding. I don't know. If that's the ding, I'd say I lucked out, because that is hardly a ding. Full color end papers featuring the cover artwork there. So this is the first one I'm getting that's not going to match my other copies. Was this a lettered copy that they proofed? I don't know. It says here on the limitation page, it says a special lettered edition is limited to 78 copies. He crossed out the 78, wrote 1,000 in there. This is copy proof. So maybe this isn't even the numbered edition that I got a PC of. Is this the lettered edition? I'm not going to lie. I don't own, that is a lie. I do own one lettered Grim Oak title, but it's, Sometimes the Magic Works, which is the nonfiction title by Terry Brooks, writing about his writing life. But that lettered edition is the quality of a regular numbered edition. I don't have any Grim Oak lettered editions beyond that, so I can't tell you what I'm looking at. If this is that instance. If it is, holy crap, that's awesome. If it's not, maybe that's the ding. Maybe this is a numbered copy and they accidentally tipped in the lettered signature page. Maybe that's the ding. Who knows? But I know the lettered edition has like different stamping, which is why I'm thinking this is the numbered edition, because I think that lettered doesn't have silver stamping, but maybe I'm mistaken. So anyways, Lixin's artwork is featured in color artwork throughout. So if you are not familiar with the Druids of Shannara, well, I'm going to tell you right now, you should definitely go and check out the Shannara or Shannara series. Don't start with this one, because you can be really lost. Wouldn't recommend it. The Old Man of the River is only going to catch you up on so much. So this, like I said, is book 2 of the Heritage of Shannara, or Shannara. If you wanted to start with book 1 of this tetralogy, you would have to seek out the Scions of Shannara. However, I would recommend starting with the original trilogy, because that just makes the most sense. I'm not going to lie, I mean, I love the original trilogy. I'm not the biggest fan of the first book, The Sword of Shannara, or Shannara. It's just a little too inspired by Lord of the Rings. Let's just put it like that. It's really the second book, which is Elfstone's, really comes into his own. Brooks comes into his own. So, I mean, if you want to read the first book, Sword of Shannara, by all means, it's a fun read. It's like if you crammed all of Lord of the Rings into one volume. But honestly, if you're not a huge fan of that, then you should definitely stick around to the second title. Give the second title a chance, because that is where he really flourishes. Do we have a map? We do have a map. We have a map of the 4 lands here. That is beautiful. So there's the 4 lands. I'm not going to say much about the lands themselves. You will discover that as you go along. So I don't know when the Elf Queen, which is book 3 of Heritage, is going to be released or open for pre-orders. Grimoak has a very, very jam-packed schedule. Like, disgustingly so. They've been announcing books not even every month. It's been like every 2 to 3 weeks they have a new title being announced, which is wild, because they kind of like went from 0 to 60 like that. It used to be like, maybe a couple titles a year. And then here in 2024, Sean Speakman kind of flexed his arms and said, you know what? I'm going to bankrupt you suckers. And so he has been cranking out the editions. Dead by Daylight by Charlene Harris, the first Suki Stackhouse book, was just published by Grimoak. The House in the Cerulean Sea by Clooney? I don't know. I have never read any of T.J. Klun's works. Was also just published. They just did the pre-order for the first John Gwynne title. Is it Gwynny? Am I ever pronouncing all these names? Is it Gwynny or Gwyn? I don't know. Never met the guy. I should have listened to an interview where they say his name, but I didn't. Malice, completely sold out, so you can't get that unless you go to the secondary market. They just did the Peter V. Brett book, Demon Cycle Book 2. Hasn't been released yet, but it is available for pre-order. They also just did the announcement for The White Dragon by Anne McCaffrey, the third title in the original Dragon Riders of Pern. That's coming down the pipeline. The new Raymond Feist is coming down the pipeline. Like, it's disgusting how much is on this block. And, I want to keep buying as many as I can, which in order to stay afloat and, keep a roof over my head, that does involve sometimes having to wait for the dinged copies. So, yeah, I mean, it's a shame that I wasn't able to get a matched number for this. My number was 716 for the previous titles. But you know what? I mean, numbers, while having a matched number is really cool, being able to afford the book in general is even cooler. So it just wasn't going to happen if with all the different titles coming out to stay afloat with the series, which is a shame. But I'm very happy with my purchase here. This is nice. Like I said, it was a fraction of what the cover price is. As of right now, me recording this right here at the tail end of May, there are still dinged copies available. Not only that, there's dinged copies of Scions, there's dinged copies of Indomitable. Were there other dinged copies on the site? There might be. But of course, this is Grimoak Press, but the dinged copies are actually on sale via the signed page. So a link in the description below for that. There's links for both Grimoak and the signed page. If you want to pick up a copy for yourself, whether dinged or full price, you go to the signed page. that they've been doing the signed page since Scions onward. So lots of titles on there for you to pick up. And like I said, as of recording this, tail end of May, you can buy a dinged copy for a fraction of the cost, a fraction of the price, I should say. I don't know how much it costs. Anyways, yeah, if you want to live vicariously through me, I will continue to buy these books, perhaps as they keep getting dinged. So, if Sean Speakman drops one off a pallet, or Jeff Lawson or Mrs. Lawson drop one off a pallet, you want to put it on the side, put my name on it, then you should hit me up, and I'll do that. And I will do another unboxing video like this. So subscribe if you want to see more of these. I've got plenty of unboxings on the channel. I do have some Grimoire titles on the channel. I have a lot of other publisher unboxing videos on the channel, though. Grimoire when I receive them, but, they... until recently, didn't publish nearly as much as other publishers, as well as book reviews every week on Tuesdays. So, anyways, lots of stuff for you to check out. But anyways, check out Grim Oak Press, check out the signed page, and check out the works of Terry Brooks. The man is a legend in the fantasy world, and he is coming back to Shannara. He had ended it, but he is going back in time and covering more prequel details beyond, prior to the end of his series. So there's more to check out there. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we will see you around next time.